What it do, y'all? It's your boy KingCurtlive, and we are almost at the very end of this saga, this epic saga that House of Dragons have become. It's not even I saw a meme earlier where it was like HBL, the House of the Dragons, Black people, House of Dragons,
Exactly.
because we abbreviate everything. But as my homie A. Dot affectionately calls this show, Hot D. I am blown away at how stressed this show has absolutely made us. Like black people everywhere, black people everywhere are 100% invested in this fuckery that is white-haired Targaryens
Baby.
incestually breeding psychopaths that own dragons. Like, could you imagine pitching that to HBO? Okay, look, everybody at the family reunion fucking. They all got Tyler Perry white wigs on.
No.
And dragons.
No. I will say the lace fronts have been on point this season.
I was a little nervous about the black people that were Targaryens, but I was a little impressed.
Now
with,
that one on Baby Lena was definitely a little rough, but they got better from there.
Yeah, I'm just
like the one black stylist wasn't on hand that day.
She always call out. She always call out on Mondays.
Listen, she had her baby.
Daycare be expensive.
Right, she had her baby that day. She just couldn't make it.
Right. They was like, we know how Tanisha be. She do good work. It's just, her baby dad be late to pick up the baby on Mondays. Right. So Teffy, I gotta ask you. You have given us a husky outline, to say the least. Every week, you give me a little.
The episodes. Listen, I be trying to keep it slim, but the episodes, the whole shit be popping. Like, what do you want me to do?
What's funny?
What do you want from me?
I've literally tried to kind of figure out. Okay, we want to do this show for only an hour.
Right.
But there'd be so much to talk about.
So much.
And even like the little nuanced things, it's not enough time to really get to all of it, right? Like,
no.
Some of the small things I want to talk about today before we get into the meat and potatoes of the really super important big things. Because I don't know if a lot of y'all have seen this meme, but I found this to be hilarious, and it took me a second to pick up on why. The hand and das feet. And it's Allison and her father, who's obviously the hand, but now I guess Allison is officially the feet.
Oh.
Was that a super weird moment for you? Teffy, kind of set the stage.
The boys.
Oh yeah, we did see like octopus fucking. Once you see octopus get fucked, it's kind of weird.
We saw a nigga whose dick he threw it over his own shoulder. Like,
yeah, love sausage.
Right, we've seen some weird shit, my guy.
You know what? I have to admit, Sassy said, "Is that a septum piercing?" Yes, Sassy. I'm poking more holes in myself on a daily basis.
Listen, he out here trying to be high vibrational. You see, you got his little scarf on.
Not high vibrational. Yeah, I'm lighting sage and what do you do? Light sage and charge my crystals in new moons.
Look at him.
I'm high. I like that. I'm high vibrational. That's new. I just don't know. Anyway, back. It ain't about me. It's about this show, and apparently, my man, the last strong,
Laris.
He's the last of the strong family, though, right? Like I ain't wrong in that.
No, you are right. But you can't just be like my man, nigga.
I said strong. I mean, I figured I kind of gave a breakdown on who I was talking about, but apparently I was wrong. But apparently he got a little fetish, sassy. I mean, Taffy. Look, I can't even. Sassy done threw me off. How did you feel when you saw that scene?
I cracked the fuck up. That was hilarious.
It,
I was like, not Mr. Club Foot ass having a foot fetish. That's hilarious.
I felt kind of uncomfortable.
I don't think it was meant for your comfort.
Valid.
It's supposed to show that, like, even in her repressed state, Allison is willing to do some like
Kinky shit to get what she needs.
right, some morally gray
But
kind
feet,
of corrupt type things.
but feet of all things, and then the sad part is they showed him like hobble over and pull his dick out. Like that was like the ball.
I'm not. He sat down and he was classy about it. He like jerked it.
There is no classy way to pull your dick out to beat off the feet.
He didn't pull it out. He just jerked it underneath his robe, like he kept it in the tuck.
I don't feel like the camera panned down enough. I still feel like
you see it. Stop being weird.
No, I didn't see. I would have to go back and watch that. You mean to tell me
he left it in underneath?
Did he? It's funny because I'm trying to get a visual image up of what we're actually talking about, because it's not something that you would think it would be that big of a deal. Like,
don't nobody want to see that?
I mean, I ain't gonna show him pulling his dick out, but these are the toes that get like the inside information and be having the
I got cute feet. I bet I would get all the tea.
But T-toes, that's what we gonna call them. T-toes. You got them T-toes, girl. You pull them feet out, they start spreading. Like Teffy, if Rhaenyra got Targussy, Allison got T-toes.
Not T-toes.
She got them T-toes, man. She look, they spill a tea when she pull them feet out. So House of the Thrones has given us
House of the Thrones, child.
My dyslexia has kicked in. Apparently,
you tired.
Well,
we got a lot going on.
Child. Well, when niggas is out here beating off the feet, it's a little off-putting, just a little bit. And this was episode 9. We only have one more episode to go, and then it's going to be a 2-year hiatus.
Yes.
2 years. And they have absolutely set the stage for quite the epic finality. This is who I'm looking forward to finally coming head to head.
Now, you know they're not finna match Steel next episode. We're going to have to wait 2 years for that.
But I feel like they're dragons. So first, who are we talking about specifically?
So we're talking about Bayman. Our Bay Damon.
Yeah. We're a stan show for Damon.
Yes, listen.
Despite his incest ways.
Listen, we stand the Toxic King. It's fine. It's not.
I'm sorry. The graphic was up. I looked at you like. Yes, we do stand Toxic Kings over here. But go ahead, continue.
Listen, and Amond.
See, I always got to rely on you to say the shit right. That's why I kick it to you.
No, and I'd be like, I'd be wanting to call this nigga Almond so mad.
I'd be like Agamemnon and all types of shit. Let me see. Lamont says he's going to get back and not go to jail. Damon has already exercised fuck around and find out energy. He's already exercised Black Air Force energy. Like every Black saying that we can muster, meaning you about to get beat the fuck up, that's Damon.
I got time today.com.
I for the life of me rooted when a white man with white hair colonizing a Black throne took the head off another Black man, and I did not know why. That's how much Damon is gangster. Like, I respect his gangster so much. He took a Black man's head off that had every right to challenge for his throne. And I was like, oh, nigga, you shouldn't have been talking shit.
Any other, I feel like any other show, we
It
would
would
be rooting for the other team.
facts, facts, and I just like they're not like the Lannisters. The Lannisters embodied everything you hated about Game of Thrones, but they weren't never wrong.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
Like Cersei has to go down in history as one of the most hated characters ever in television history.
She was wrong because she was a bitch in the bad way.
But she got on the throne. So what she
Listen, I'm not saying sis didn't play a good hand.
Lamont said Damon is albino.
Stop.
Black people, we do love to claim somebody and be like, that's our cousin now.
Right.
Cersei did, yes. Janita said Cersei should have died a slow, painful death. I absolutely think the death of Cersei getting to be with her lover, Jaime, in the end was a terrible, terrible missed opportunity.
We
Arya
got robbed there.
Arya should have been Jaime and then killed her with her thinking she was holding the hand of somebody that loved her.
Yeah.
But all right, that was Game of Thrones, the first iteration. We talking about House of the Dragon. And let's get right into Teffy's outline. Allison, you dumb bitch. That's what she wrote. All just
dumb bitch.
So Teffy, go off. Why is Allison continuously week to week a dumb bitch?
It just listen. I love a good Rick and Morty reference. And two, because this bitch is dumb. She really was like, "Oh my god, my husband, who for 20 plus years has held on that his daughter is gonna be queen after me, randomly as fuck, high as shit, in unbearable amounts of pain, was like, actually, you know what? I fucking changed my mind."
Well, he was on that milk of the poppy.
Listen,
That
Aegon.
That heroin kick in.
Listen, Aegon, his raping, philandering, like creep ass firstborn son. Yeah, no, that nigga is totally right for the job. Fuck?
And here's an interesting little fun fact that I did not know. Did you know that Allison is the descendant of Marjorie Tyrell?
So Alicent is Marjorie Tyrell's like her great grandmother. It's the other way around. Marjorie Tyrell is her descendant.
Oh, okay. So she comes through. Wait, hold on. So basically they just come through the same Tyrell line?
No. So the Hightowers marry into the Tyrells at one point.
Oh, okay. All right. So essentially, Allison has proven herself to.
Like, I think her mom is from House Tyrell.
See, sometimes when these families start getting to marrying and homogenizing together,
I gotta see like the whole family tree, like the whole shit laid out.
First of all, ain't that many trees and branches, and ain't nobody got time to do that much research to really do the entire family tree of House of the Dragons all the way down to Game of Thrones. I will say this though.
Not wrong.
Viserys is absolutely looking down from heaven and being like,
"Yeah,
you bitch, you idiot,
you dumb bitch."
But can you really blame her? It's too many Aegons.
Yes, actually, I the fuck can.
What? No, break that down to me. What, you mean to tell me if you heard him say that, you wouldn't think the same thing?
If I was Alicent, I could see where maybe it would like put that doubt in her mind, but also this nigga high, like not necessarily like high and on literal deathbed. Like I wouldn't. The fact that she was just like, she wasn't just like shh baby. I thought she was gonna put a pillow over his face. Like I really thought she was gonna mercy kill this nigga.
I did too. Because to me, they want the throne so bad, I would not be shocked if they took the king out. Like, okay, now it doesn't benefit us anymore. We need to go ahead on and expedite this exit of Viserys. And to me, that would have been a little bit more sinister.
Yeah. Also, to bring up this comment, so she brought both those kids to King's Landing, so there's no way Alicent didn't know that Rhaenyra's two sons, at least one of them, was named Aegon.
Well, I guess the confusion shall continue because now
Oh,
they done had to track his ass down.
yeah.
Alice's son didn't even want to be king to the point where they were like, okay, well, Viserys is dead. Let's get this coronation popping. And your boy had zero desire to be king.
Come on, man, you skipping around the outline.
What are you talking about? The next thing is, where in the world is Aegon Targaryen?
No, it's not.
Oh. Oh shit, my bad. You know what? You absolutely right. Let me double back. Hold on. Let me take the graphic down. I apologize, there's darling. He ain't getting any deader. What you talking about?
All right, so Alicent have her little like grieving like moment where she's like, she feels like only she and a handful of people know.
Mhm.
She goes to her dad, and you know, she's like, okay, he's dead. What do we do? And her dad is like, nigga. So they called a small council together, and they're like,
Yeah, that was a good scene.
yeah, they're like, so we doing this right? Like Aegon, we're putting Aegon on the throne. Yep.
But the crazy part was they had some real ones
They did.
on that council because the Lord of the oh man, what is it called? Kingsguard. The chief of the Kingsguard and a couple on that small council kind of brought it up like, yo, you're usurping the throne. Like y'all are literally about to.
So only two of them say that. Sir Eric with an E, he kind of defects later. He defects like later in the story. But at the small council meeting, literally everybody except Alicent and Lord Beesbury is like, so yeah, we put Aegon on the throne. Yes, cool. And Alicent is like, bitch, what? Y'all was scheming and plotting behind my back. And they were like, girl, we didn't want you to be worried about that, but we got this. You're fine. And she's like, she gets mad because she's like, bruh, I didn't fucking like, yes, I'm okay because that's what I wanted. But also, fuck y'all for like keeping me in the dark. I'm his mother. I'm the queen. Like I'm doing everything else. And y'all like basically her and her dad kind of have it out a little bit later because of this. So then Lord Beesbury, who is master of the coin, stands up and is like, hey yo, y'all on that fuck shit? Absolutely not. This bitch really gonna come in here and try and say that in Viserys's last breath that he named Aegon of all people king, not when for 20 years of sound mind and body that nigga was like all about Rhaenyra and covering up Rhaenyra's fuck shit. Like he was like, absolutely not. Like we're supposed to just take your fucking word for it. Really? And
Even Aegon kind of questioned it later in the episode where he was like, like my guy, my dad, he been upholding it all this time. He could have
he gave her the BFFR. Bitch, be for fucking for real.
Like this y'all shit.
Right.
But then of course, people who have yes men around them, they're like, oh yeah, no, y'all right. We fitting to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, everybody swore an oath to Rhaenyra already.
So yeah, Rhaenyra.
That's why I said what I said.
You said Rhaenyra.
There's too many niggas with our names too. I just want y'all to know that as well. Rhaenyra.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. I got that right. Either way, everybody done already bent the knee to her, and she don't even know her daddy dead. Like they doing this without like they didn't even send a raven to be like, "Hey, my guy."
So yeah. So for context, Rhaenys stayed at King's Landing. She don't even know what happened. We still don't. Corliss's fate is still like a big ass question mark. They locked Rhaenys in her room. Rhaenyra is like en route, or at least like landed, probably just getting landed back at Dragonstone, getting her kid situation. Because remember, Rhaenyra said she was gonna come back to
Right.
be with her dad in his last days, so that Allison didn't have to bear that burden alone. So nobody outside of these core players and a couple of other folks, which we'll get into later, know that Viserys is dead. And Lord Beesbury stands up, and I love that they made that this character was very upstanding. Like even in his like old fuddy duddiness, he was
Yeah.
like, "I'm not, nah, fuck y'all,
That's
and
the one to
y'all
the
ain't
far right.
shit." Yeah, he was like, "Y'all not fucking shit. Fuck y'all." Fucking Krispy Kreme smashes his head in.
Yo, listen? I'm on this type time right now. Out of everybody, I need Sir Kristen Cole dead.
Absolutely.
Like yesterday.
Absolutely.
I'm over him. I'm over his fuck shit and his foolishness because he murdered that man and nobody blinked.
Well, Jason Lannister hopped up from the fucking table.
He was like, "Oh shit!"
He was like, "Can we move the body?" And
he was like, "No." The hand was like, "We gonna finish our business."
Right. Actually, no, the fuck you're not. Sit down.
God, that's some gangster ass shit. Can we please move the body? Nah, pussy.
Nah.
Sit down.
Right.
And we gonna finish this business.
Right.
And maybe I'll let you leave.
Exactly. So that's when the Lord Commander was like, "Oh, y'all
on some fuck shit."
Right. Like y'all just, not only are y'all usurping Rhaenyra, which I don't think he really holds a lot of love for Rhaenyra.
But he's supposed to be loyal to the crown. Right now.
And he's like, y'all a disloyal water buffalo.
No, you know what blows my
mind? Shout
mind?
out to my Fall Out Boy fans.
What blows my mind is what I love about the Lord Commander. He's always maintained. I don't care who's on that throne. It's just my job to make sure that I protect them at all costs. So then when the crown becomes vacated and there's a question of who actually will lead, and this is the Lord Commander right here, he says flat out, hey, until there's a king or there's somebody that can basically back up the claim that they have the rightful whatever you got to have on your resume to be a king, he ain't got no business there. And he actually steps down from being the Lord Commander and goes about his merry way. He like, man, fuck this job. Y'all wilding. Y'all wasn't even giving no benefits package. Y'all wasn't giving no vacation time. Y'all tried to play with my holiday time and PTO. I put in a request. Y'all wouldn't give me no days off. Lunch breaks.
He's the leader of the King's Guard. That nigga get all the days off he want.
I feel like he don't. Lamont said, sit your $5 ass down before I make change. He really tried to leave.
So actually, he's one of the few people who's able to just escape this whole situation. And
because who won't fuck with him?
So also that part. But I feel like they robbed us of a fight between him and Krispy Kreme.
But Kristen would have killed him, and I would have been mad. I would have hated him more. No, Lord Commander up in age now. He old. He ain't got time to be fighting around with Krispy Kreme, fucking around with this young boy.
No, because Sir Barristan Selmy, the realest to ever do it, was old in Game of Thrones, and Sir Barristan Selmy survived practically till the end of the show.
Valid.
He was the greatest swordsman that ever lived.
Well, hold on. I'm about to say it was at the very end where you talk about my guy.
Not today.
No.
That's the best swordsman in the entire Game of Thrones. Fuck out of here.
That nigga dies. So
because he had a stick. That's all he had left. You know what? I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with you today because I can see you're going to be petty. Long story short, the Lord Commander walks out the room. And I forget what the boy name. What was the fuddy duddy name that they killed? What's his name?
Lord Beesbury.
Lord Beesbury just got murked. And now Allison is sitting on a throne with these as allies. They got the Grand Maester, of course, the black man. It bothers me so much that he sided with her. But you know how niggas be. We fit to get out that room. Like, you not fitting off me in this bullshit.
That's not.
Sir Kristen,
Okay.
Jason Lannister, her father, and who's the swarthy boy that look like Clive Owen?
That's. Oh, he's Lord somebody.
I can't keep up with all these goddamn names. All right.
Because
So
I'm
Jason-
trying to think. Because I'm like, her dad is the hand.
Right.
Jason is the master of. I forget what he does. Because he's not the master of coin, because that was Beesbury's job. That's the Archmaester or Arch Grandmaster, whatever.
No, the black dude, the Grand Maester, and then Sir Kristen. Either way, while you figure it out, Jason Diggs dropped a husky comment, but I'm gonna read this.
This is from the end of the show episode, but yeah.
Yeah. Jason says, I think she didn't kill them because she's not a piece of shit. Oh, he's talking about
How about Rhaenys?
Rhaenys.
Right.
We're gonna talk about that a little later, but I want to read this comment now. We asked the question why Rhaenys didn't just off the entire the entire family when she had the opportunity. He says, I think she didn't kill them because she's not a piece of shit and those are still family members. But the idea that she could do it and had their lives in her hand was good enough for her. Not only this, but killing all of them would leave a power struggle and war anyways. They could actually avoid more bloodshed, having them step down, seeing that they have more dragons and people might join their cause. Murdering them all might cause a power vacuum and an invasion from another kingdom. This is a lot.
Ain't nobody finna invade King's Landing when them niggas got 7 dragons rolling around.
And I 100% disagree with you, Jason, because flat out, if you would have offed everybody on that panel, there's no one else to challenge the person that Viserys actually wanted on the throne on top of. Now, the strongest dragon in the land is a free agent again.
Facts.
Actually,
well, nah, because Aemon's not there. So
yeah, no, Aemon's there.
Aemond, no, he's not there.
The one with the eye patch?
You said on the screen.
Yeah, no, Aemon's standing there.
Oh, you talking about on the dais? I thought you meant on the screen right now.
Oh, no. I'm talking. Yeah, see, this is what happens when we bounce around. No, I'm talking about right before she was about to burn the whole coronation. He was there.
All right, can we get back to the outline?
All right, yeah. I'm sorry. It was a good comment. I had to go. Damn, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine because we wasn't gonna find that comment again later.
Right, because I wasn't scrolling up that far.
Absolutely not.
All right, so now she basically Allison has everything she needs to basically do a shotgun coronation.
Mm-hmm. Except.
so break that down. Come on, Teffy. Except.
Oh, where in the world is Aemon Targaryen?
Yeah. This boy is Carmen Sandiego and Where's Waldo all rolled into one. I lie to you not. When I say my man takes flight, he took flight. Nobody could find him anywhere in all of Westeros. And they was looking. And ultimately, go ahead, Teffy.
So, to set the scene for y'all, there's 2 search parties that go out. Otto, the hand of the king, he sends Sir Eric and Sir Arik, the twin brothers. Mm-hmm. They're members of the King's Guard. He tells them to dress in plain clothes and search for the king, to search for Aegon, basically discreetly.
With his crazy ass wife sitting there.
Stop talking about Helena. We're not gonna do that. And that's needlepoint, not knitting. And then Alicent, who finds out what her father is doing and is pissed because again, she's like, "Oh, y'all just fucking Alexa, play Backstabbers, please."
Backstabbers,
right?
Smile in your face
all time. They want to take your place.
No backstabbers. I hate you.
So Alicent is like, nah, fuck that. And she sends Krispy Kreme and Aemond volunteers to go.
Yeah.
Because he's like, Krispy Kreme, you don't know shit about fuck, nigga.
and I know my nasty ass brother.
Right. So we gonna get to looking.
Yeah.
So we got these two search parties looking for Aemond, and Sir Eric and Sir Auric kind of like Sir Eric is over Aegon's shit because he has been dealing with Aegon kind of like he's been his assigned protector,
Right.
probably like his whole life. And we learn that Aegon, on top of being like a jacketed, like a perverted rapist, weirdo, drunk, is into more unsavory things.
Yeah. Then he likes to let on.
Right. And Sir Eric is just like, I can't. Like, is this who we put on the throne? And his brother Auric is like, bro, we took an oath. Who gives a shit about who's on the throne or not? We out here living good, eating good. Let's just do our job.
Let's just get this money.
Right. They have the lead and kind of like the advantage over the other two. And we learn that Aemond is like, listen.
Okay, now can I put up my graphic?
Yes.
Yeah, now I can put my runaway graphic up. Mm-hmm. But I tell you, this motherfucker was far side. Can't keep running away. Can't keep running away. Listen, Aegon was like, I don't want to be no king. I'm not trying to sit on no throne. Y'all drawling. Y'all know I'm not built for this. As a matter of fact, brother, you can have it.
So that does come when the two parties kind of like, and it's so funny because Sir Criston Cole and Aemond see Auric and Eric looking for Aegon, and they're just like, listen, clearly we don't know Aegon as well as they do. We just gonna follow them around and try and get to him before them.
And even when they find Aegon, like, you know, niggas, this is Aemond gives me like I don't give a fuck energy. Like nothing ever affects this man's face. It don't matter what happens. People murdered in front of him. The only time he feels away is when he see a pig. Or when he captures his first dragon. That's I've seen this kid have stitches put in his eyeball and was like, hey, but you know what? It was a perfect trade-off, Mom. We good over here. His face don't change.
That just shows me how damaged he is as an individual, that he thinks he doesn't need emotions.
Yeah, well, she has effectively raised two psychopaths, in my opinion.
Facts. A sociopath and a psychopath.
And the crazy part is, how I say it, Aegon is actually a narcissist. Like, you could already see the narcissistic traits in this kid. And they kind of show like all he needs. You know how Joffrey had those small glimpses of crazy, and then all it took was a little bit of extra power, and the next thing you know, it was a tipping point. And then he just went full on ape shit with it. And this is one of those.
Who gonna check me, boo?
Right, and that's the problem when you give crazy people power. And
so sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, so in the show, they go to the worst baby fight club ever, where we find out that Aegon not only is in there siring children, he's also betting on these children to fight in like these children death matches.
Right.
Where they
baby fight club all over again.
And they file the children's teeth and fingernails to make the fights more exciting.
Yep.
In the book, they say that they catch him in a compromising position with a minor, so he's actually like, it's just he's a pedophile. Right. So there's one of these like things where it's like, as bad as they make it in the show, in the book it's a lot worse.
Things I do for love.
Fuck them kids' energy. All day with them.
Except that part where he was actually fucking the kids in the book.
Oh, why would you?
Why would you?
Why would you?
Why would you?
Listen, to me, all pedophiles get the off with your head treatment. Bastards! From rip. Just it's always when they allude to to hurting the kids that you realize how trash these people of affluence are, these royal people. And it's just like the wealthy now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They try to paint this picture of regality and high society. But these people are just as depraved, actually more depraved, because they feel more emboldened. Because again, just like you said, Teff, who's going to check these people?
And they have enough money and influence that everybody around them just looks the other way. Like when I say Eric was like, bruh, this nigga? And Arik was like, hey nigga, what you gonna do?
A lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of a sheep.
As long as you got money, it don't matter if it's fantasy, fiction, or Westeros or West Philly.
Yeah.
You can basically do what you want. And this person who obviously is totally underqualified and unqualified to sit the Iron Throne essentially gets to go ahead, right?
Well, against his own wishes. He don't get the go ahead. It's kind of thrust upon him in the most.
Listen. It ain't thrust upon him. You can go out like my man.
No.
I'm just saying, real niggas jump out windows.
Tommen was already king when that happened, though.
That's what I'm saying. You don't got to be the king. Real niggas jump out windows.
Goodbye.
I'm just saying.
So
I respect the boy that realizes, you know what, I'm not qualified for this job. Let me go ahead and put in my resignation papers. I ain't saying you got to put it on eternal resignation papers, but
I'm done. So we have this. So next on the joint, I hate you so much. What's next? Okay, so I have it put down, a meeting of two spiders, but really it's kind of the other way around. The next point is the next thing that happens is the show is, why the fuck is nobody listening to Helena?
Which was Helena?
Helena is the weird one, the weird daughter, the one who's married to Aegon.
What did she say?
She goes, so if y'all not hip, Helena is a seer or a dreamer is how they describe them in the Targaryen. She can like see glimpses of like the future. And she uses like her bugs and like her little like craft thingies. She uses them to like concentrate so that her visions and all like kind of come to her. So nobody has been paying attention to Helena this whole time. Back in episode 6, back in episode like 5 or 6, Aemond is complaining about the prank that they pull on him with the pig and the dragon and all, and Alicent says to him, you know, one day you're gonna have a dragon, it's gonna be okay. And Helena goes, you'll have to close an eye first.
Yeah. And she basically gave him the heads up, like, yeah, nigga, you got to lose an eye to go get that thing.
Next episode, he gets a dragon and literally loses sight in one eye. She tells Alicent last episode that there's a spider weaving a web around them and that they're going to be like trapped. She repeats the same thing this episode when Alicent is like, bitch, what are you talking about? Like, and she goes, there's a beast beneath the boards.
Yeah. And so I thought that was foreshadowing for the ending.
It was.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm right. Because to me,
it was like a fake out because we thought, because Aegon, is hiding in the sept, kind of like underneath that little table, and I was like, is that the beast?
That's not what I was thinking of. I was thinking about what you were saying about the last strong boy. What the name is again?
Laris.
How Laris might be a warg and he's the rat.
He's warging into the rats.
Yeah, and he's the beast under the boards like rats.
Yeah. Oh, that would be good. Yes, I love that.
Because that foreshadows him weaving because he's really the one that's been weaving things.
So not quite.
He's the most conniving one of them all.
I don't think so.
Teff, he literally has been setting himself up and putting himself in position to feed information and manipulate how the queen maneuvers.
So I think So I think you're half right. I don't
Okay.
think I don't think he's as conniving or like as cunning as you're giving him credit for, but he is 100% taking advantage of his station and the situation at hand. Like he got close enough to the queen, excuse me, where he feeds her information that
Right.
she needs and makes small suggestions and things to her to help her try and outmaneuver her dad, which he is hoping that is ultimately more advantageous for him. But I don't think unless he is warging into the rats like I really think he is. That I don't think he's quite there. Like he's not like Varys smart. He's not Littlefinger smart.
No, I don't think he's Littlefinger smart, but I think he's the spider smart.
Okay.
Even the spider got, but that's more so because Tyrion snitched on him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and as it stands right now, they know about him through the spy network of Daemon's former concubine.
Yes. So she is the spider, or the white worm is what she's called.
Yeah, I was about to say, why I think gotta be insects and shit. She the white worm.
Yeah.
And she was like, she's the one who actually found Aegon.
Yeah.
And gave him the information.
So she stows Aegon away. She says it's for safekeeping. It was a power move on her part.
She wanted them niggas to know, like, I could have touched them.
Right. That I could touch you. And she meets with the Hand and Aemond and Sir Kristen.
Somebody, Shanice, you ain't shit. She said, Kurt, I just logged in and I thought you were standing number 4 for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Listen, he won hoop earring away. And a gold tooth. Right. You won hoop earring and a gold tooth away.
All together. Hoist ye colors high.
I actually really like that song.
I love that song. I love that song. I need the Valerians to sing that like on the way to the battle. Heave ho, Targaryens and beggars, never shall we die.
Cannot with you.
Yeah.
And back to me, Bob.
Yeah. Teffy, back to you in the studio.
Right. So, she had that I could have touched him. Larys tells Alicent, and we see him round up all the servants, but we don't know what it's about until he goes to Alicent and he's like, yeah, this whole spy network, these spiders that have woven their webs into your castle. Now, also, I think also Otto is another spider weaving his own web.
He's trying to set himself to be on the throne. And I don't know how he gonna get there.
I don't think he doesn't. People like Otto don't necessarily want to be on the throne because they know the real power is in the people behind it.
No, Teffy.
People who have the ear.
Can I give you how? See, as long as he is the hand, if there is an incapable king, he can either manipulate said king or stand in for the king. Viserys getting sick was Otto's wet dream. Literally, he now becomes second in command by proxy because officially he's the second in command, but also he has his daughter, the queen, to back up his play. So we back to who gonna check him?
Right. But that doesn't mean he doesn't necessarily want the responsibility or the notoriety of being king.
Right. No, because
then he can't come and go as he please. Like you said, spiders dwell in corners, not on the show front.
And Otto like to wear hoodies too in the dark and whisper in dark corners and shit. Mm-hmm. He love his little spy network too.
Right.
So, okay. All right. As it stands right now, the what do you call it? White worm or gray worm?
White worm.
I'm about to say, because gray worm was my the black guy.
My man's, yeah.
Yeah.
He's apparently killing it over on Interview with a Vampire.
I gotta check out. I heard that series is good too.
Yeah.
But so long story short, at this point in the game, the major players in the game, as far as who's gonna put it. Yeah, go ahead.
So sorry, I wanted to be like, so before we get to the end part, I want to point out two really important conversations that are had, one between Allison and her dad, and one between Rhaenys and Allison.
Okay.
Allison goes to her dad and is like, he's like, she goes to her dad basically to be like, yeah, bitch, I got get Aegon. I beat you to it. And he like, look at my baby playing the game. Look at you go. And she's like, bitch, nigga, do you know what kind of fucking stress you done put me under? Like how, like basically like how you have stressed me the fuck out. How how I feel like I don't trust you. And he's like, trust me. Bitch, I put you on the throne. I made you queen. What are these feelings you're having? And she's like, I never wanted any of this, and I don't know how to feel about it because I never had a choice. You manipulated me my whole life through this whole thing. And Otto is kind of like trying to cast doubt because she doesn't actually want to go to war either. Viserys was her husband. I don't think
But she perpetuated the same cycle through her own children.
Because she's a fucking sheep.
No, what did you just say? Allison, you dumb bitch.
You're right.
So we right back to square one.
Right. So they have this conversation and Allison is basically, and her dad kind of calls her out like, is this because you loved your husband that you are trying to avoid this conflict, or because of whatever love you still have for Rhaenyra as your childhood friend? Which in the books, they're not friends. They actually don't like each other, like at all. So, but again, she's like, all right, bro, whatever. So she goes to Rhaenys, who's been locked in her room this whole time and kind of like spying what's going on from like her window. And she goes to Rhaenys to ask Rhaenys, like, hey,
I need you to back me.
Right. I need you to back Aegon. I need you to back Aegon. You should have been queen. It was fucked up. But listen, I need you gotta be on the winning team, boo. And Rhaenys is like, really? Really, bitch?
Like, you ain't never.
You have every opportunity to seize power for yourself, but you would rather. You want to tell me to my face that I should have been queen, and in the next breath hold up these outdated, broken ass systems that kept me from being queen?
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, you trying to be a feminist and still uphold patriarchy, huh?"
Listen, it's not making dollars or cents, boo.
she absolutely checks her.
Yeah, absolutely. She's like, "Bitch, you got the wrong one today and every day." And Allison
that's when they kind of come to the conclusion, oh, this bitch got to die.
So they don't, like I said, Allison is not really about that bloodshed and like that fire and blood type life. She's not. So she's really just like,
because they told a room full of people to bend the knee, and because one nigga didn't.
Her dad told a whole bunch of people to bend
I said
the knee.
they.
She wasn't even there.
I said they. I put them all them high towers. Them high towers and them.
Yeah.
Told a room full of people to bend the knee. One outright refused. He got carted away. We know how that was going to play out. The other one bent his knee a little bit later.
And the lady outright refused.
Yes. And she got carted away.
Right.
But then what happened to the one guy who did bend the knee? He started thinking about it. He was like, you know what? Let me break out this motherfucker. Yeah, let me start thinking about making my exit plan. And then this snitch ass nigga, caught up with him.
How you let a cripple catch up with you?
We are getting canceled for that.
This nigga got literal two left feet.
His dick is still out too. I don't know how, but he basically he hits him with the, so where was you going in such haste? And he almost makes it out the door. Like he's right at the gate.
He's at the gate,
Yo, and I know his heart had to be pounding through his chest. He like, whoo, I'm about to get out of here. And then sure as shit, not only do they bring his ass back in chains, they tie his hands, bind his feet, but your boy, he got one of them internal neckties.
Yeah.
hung him from the highest wall in the middle of the courtyard.
Facts.
And we get a panning scene of him dying as they're trying to cart off.
So he's already dead.
Right. He's long dead, but
Yeah.
it was when the coronation is now kicking off. And they're ushering everybody into this fucking dragon pit.
Yes. So now we're at the coronation. Sir Eric with an E has decided that he's gonna flee with Rhaenys, with Princess Rhaenys.
That's the one to the right.
Yes, that's the one on the far right. He is like, yeah, I can't fucking do this. I just can't. So he frees Rhaenys and he tries to abscond with her to the coast.
Ooh,
so
that's a good word, abscond.
you. So they try to he tries to flee. They get separated because the Hightowers are forcing the entirety of King's Landing into the dragon pit to have this
shotgun coronation.
Right. Most of these people don't even know that Viserys is dead. And in one fell swoop, not only do they announce that Viserys is dead, but that now Aegon is the king. Fuck what you heard.
And it is this moment where before Aegon wasn't feeling it, but then he puts, oh, you know what? Let me bring it up real quick.
So do you want? Well, let's talk about the.
I just want to show this one scene where he all of a sudden, you see him holding up the sword, he cheering, he feeling good about himself, and they're basically kidnapping all of Westeros.
They literally do, and it's so weird because it's like they're like the king is dead, and people are like,
"Wait, what?
Bitch, what?" Right. And then they're like, "So Aegon's your king," and they're like,
okay,
right, like,
I guess so. They, of course, they don't care. Like they're the regular people.
They're like, listen, Aegon. They're like, Viserys changed his mind. Aegon king now, and literally they had to kind of like force that slow clap to be like. They start cheering, and this scene for Aegon is so weird because in the previous scene when they're on the way to the coronation, he tells Alicent, he's like, "Bruh, my father didn't give a shit about me, and you's a dumb bitch if you think he really wanted me on the throne."
And I love how he did it with a smug look, like, "Hey, this y'all shit, man." But
exactly.
whatever.
I'm here for it. Here. Not even. He's like, I didn't ask to be here. I don't want to be king. You can give it to anybody the fuck else.
Right. But there's something about the applause of a room full of people that changed the hearts of even the meekest of men. And Aegon kind of like, you see him start vibing. When they started get clapping, he was like, I kind of.
You goddamn right.
I am the fucking king. Right. Shit.
Right.
You know what?
Right.
I'm with the shits. And this is when my favorite part, because at this point, what's the queen name again from Driftwood?
Rhaenys.
Rhaenys is in the crowd watching this coronation, and you kind of see her dip off.
Yeah.
And she dips off down this cave. Now, mind you, this is over a what, Teffy? They're doing a coronation over what?
They're doing it in the dragon pit, actually.
Like, they doing a coronation over top of a fucking dragon pit because nothing bad's gonna happen, right?
Absolutely not. This is the seat of Targaryen power. It's fine. Everything's fine.
And everybody in the fucking building is a dragon rider. And it's interesting because Rhaenyra asked earlier in the episode, like, "Hey, so what's gonna happen to my dragon, right?"
Right.
And she go ahead, Tell.
And Alicent is like, "Well, you know, we're gonna need Meleys on our side, baby."
Yeah, she was like, "Hey, look, you can ride one of my others. Look, baby, you already know what it's gonna be."
Right. it ain't nothing.
So so where this dragon is an important scene, and then next thing you know, while everybody cheering, here this motherfucker come up through the damn
There's a
floorboard.
beast beneath the motherfucking boards.
When I tell you, I said, "Oh, bitch, you got a dragon in the middle of a crowded coronation, and everybody goes completely ape shit. This dragon's tail is knocking niggas into next Tuesday.
Yeah,
He not going to work on Monday. He just not.
facts.
The high towers are backing up because now what are you going to do when there's a fucking dragon in the coronation?
Yeah.
And we all are standing on bated breath and pins and needles thinking, oh, well, season 9 about to wrap. This thing about to wrap up in episode 9.
Right.
And Rhaenys comes through like a bad bitch, like, yeah, niggas.
Right.
I got you with your drawers down. They trying to rush through the door like it's the Titanic.
It's funny because
the
guards are shutting the doors because they didn't want anybody to leave the coronation, and they don't realize there's a fucking dragon inside.
And that motherfucker spreads his wings and opens his assholes. And I lie to you not, you just could not tell me that Rhaenys wasn't about to end this thing right now. Alicent, in true motherly fashion, she goes to stand before Aegon and try to keep the motherfucking dragon comes within spitting distance of all these bastards. And do you think this motherfucker who knows? She knows what's about to go down.
Bruh.
One word.
We were screaming Dracarys from the couch.
One word. That's listen, this was us. All of us. Every single last one of us.
4
screaming.
niggas yelling Dracarys.
When I tell you, listen, look. You gotta understand. The last Targaryen we fell in love with used that word at liberty.
Dracarys.
That's the energy we used to.
She was putting that Dracarys on niggas like Salt Bay.
She was like, oh, did he sneeze too loud or not? He got COVID. Okay, Dracarys. All these niggas. All of them. Right. That's why this episode is called Bitch Shoot Them.
Oh, God.
Shoot these people. That's the end of the war. That's it. No fight, no buy, no usurpers.
Ain't no season 2, baby.
No need. No Dance of the Dragons. But no. She gives them that. I could have got your ass.
Yeah.
And a mighty roar is let out. Mm-hmm. You know, somebody pooped. I know for a fact somebody had to drop a deuce, and they corn woven drawers. I'm not sure what they wore for underwear back then, but then she opts to not kill him.
Yeah.
And makes a hasty exit, most likely to go warn her niece.
Yeah.
But I don't know who the fuck that is, but now we got
not the ad.
But now we got to kind of talk, and we don't have to be no long conversation. But why was she not Cajun fried barbecue them motherfuckers?
So there is the Targaryens, even though Rhaenys has kind of proven herself to be less suspicious, not suspicious, Jesus. Superstitious is the word I'm looking for. Even though she said she's less superstitious than her other kin, than her other family, the Targaryens kin slaying and king slaying is kind of like a no-no for them. It's like the ultimate bad juju. And you can say that conflict among the family, them killing each other, is the actual is what leads to their downfall. That the infighting.
Okay. All right, Teffy. I see you.
What led to their downfall? I think she was like, yeah, I didn't hold no love for Vaemond. But she said, I'm not gonna kill them because of that. And in my opinion, Rhaenys is kind of playing the long game, where she was like, so she'd already made the decision that she was just going to leave and be like, and also it was kind of like a fuck you to Alicent to be like, no, bitch, this is what power is, and this is what seizing your power looks like. You don't have to bend the knee to underqualified men. So she had a point to make, and I think in the long run, to me, she's playing the long con, where she was like, I'm gonna make my point, and I'm not going to kill them, because if I am on the wrong side of history when this thing is over, they will hopefully remember that I showed them mercy.
Well, this Sunday, we fitting to see how this whole thing gets wrapped up.
Yeah.
Damon.
Baymon.
That's what I said. Damon. That nigga named Damon.
Name Bayman.
Yeah, Damon from up the way. And
Damon from down north.
Yeah. He got that North Philly energy. And all of this is a fitting to come to a head.
Yeah.
So that means we only got one episode left of Targussy Talk. This has been a great fray. Phrase. a great fray into the Westerosian lore.
Westerosi is the word.
That's what I said. Westerosian.
It's Westerosi.
Listen,
no
let me
N.
tell you something. Don't correct me, correct your mama. God damn it.
Bye. My mama don't need correction, but you do.
Yeah, her diction is impeccable, whereas mine is a bit askew. But
right.
With that being said, we have watched the Game of Thrones be played over multiple time hops. These kids, we've literally watched them grow up. Rhaenyra has had at least
she has 6 children now.
6 kids.
Mm-hmm. Or she's still pregnant, so technically only 5.
She's got 6 kids by 2 baby daddies. Well, she got 2 baby daddies or 3?
2.
She would have had 3. No, she took that moon juice. So that I don't know. Either way.
I'm mad you said moon juice.
Isn't that what it is? They call it the moon juice. That's what they said. It's called moon juice.
Is it?
Yeah, it's called moon juice.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, I think it is called moon juice. We just call it Plan C.
Ejectocito, cuz.
Give me your predictions for the season finale.
So I don't think we're gonna see any actual fighting in the season finale.
Bitch, don't do that to me. Don't they better not.
We're gonna see. What we are going to see is Rhaenyra. It's her rallying it's the people rallying around her to be like, we got you if you want to do this. I think she's gonna have some doubts because she is still pregnant. She is still pregnant here, so I think she's like, I don't want to do this. I think she's gonna try and extend, like, she's gonna go to her usurpers and give them the option to take the coronation back, say they sorry.
Oh, she's gonna try to do it diplomatically.
I think she's gonna want to. I think she's gonna at least. That's the route she's gonna take. The path she's going to take initially. I think our toxic king is gonna do some wild shit. I hope he makes it to season 2, because it looks like he goes to Vhagar in the dragon pit and like tries to either kill or convert Vhagar, which is weird and wild.
Ciao. All right, so if you haven't had the opportunity to see the trailer is absolutely out for the next season.
The next episode, not the
for the next episode, which ends the season. They're definitely prepping for war.
Yes.
There's gonna be this moment where all of this crescendos to who's going to truly have the edge in battle. And I dig you saying that Eamon's going to be the tipping point. I think Dame is. I think they're going to go in diplomatically, but have a backup plan, which involves Damon doing some wild, outlandish shit to tip the power back. Because we've seen too much of the high towers winning. They keep winning. They keep getting ahead. They keep getting ahead, and that's how they set it up. You think it sways too much to one side. Allison's sitting around in her little high tower with her spies, and she got everything lined up, looking like Cersei with wine. And that's when usually the story takes a hard left and ends on a cliffhanger. Bastards! And that's how I think the season's going to end, on this tipping point where next season we're going to open up with the conflict, the war, and the struggle of what happens at the very end of season 1. And this is where the fall of the Targaryens, the dance of the dragons.
Yeah.
Lamont said Damon's going to get his brother dragon. Ooh. Oh. I thought the brother's dragon was dead.
So he gave up writing it. I don't know. He wrote, maybe it was.
Johnita's saying that's not Vagar. She's saying that's
Vermithor.
Vermithor.
Yeah.
It's like Vermin and Thor together. But either way, we gonna see how this season ends. If you got any suggestions on how this season is gonna end, definitely drop it in the comments. If you want to support more programming and conversations like we're having with some of your favorite shows and whatnot,
Send us stars.
Send us stars, baby. Or if you're on Twitch, send them biddies for them titties. Like, help us out. Send us whatever you feel. I appreciate you, Teff. They appreciate you. Send us whatever you feel will help support dope Black creators trying to continue to make content for us, by us, about all the nerdy shit that we love. We love having these conversations. We love having these conversations with you. And we threw this together as kind of a joke that turned into something a little bit more serious, and something that we're now going to keep going because, number one, we love all things Game of Thrones, and we can do this shit relatively easy after work.
Yes. So Basim says the dragon is the one they talked about going away in the beginning of the season. That's Vagar. That is Vagar. That's Aemon's dragon. That's not Viserys's dragon. Viserys rode Drogon, the original Drogon, or I forget that dragon's name. He was the last rider of that dragon before it passed away. Now, they don't talk about it, but it is possible that Viserys, even though he gave up dragon riding, that he still had a dragon to his name, to his claim.
All these goddamn dragons and their names and shit.
Yeah.
I can't keep up at this point.
No, there is no bigger dragon than Vagar. That's what the fucking big deal is.
So all of this is going to come to a head. That's what it boils down to. And in the end, the Game of Thrones shall be played. And ooh, baby, is this thing gonna be a doozy at the end? So
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I think they've done an excellent job with this series. We'll do a wrap up. I'm gonna
have to have my phone out for this episode because I missed us screaming Dracarys on the couch.
Yeah. Now, mind you, we'll do the episode 10 wrap up, and then we'll do one more Targussy where we're gonna invite folks on. And we're going to have a conversation about the entire season. That'll be our last episode. And we you know, for us Game of Thrones fans, we get to kind of come on and talk your shit and have a conversation about how we felt about the season from start to finish and how this whole thing played out. As always, Teffy.
Yes. Follow me at
I'm about to say, tell them how they can support you, baby.
Listen, follow me at Teffy Wonder and at the Cosplay Players. Unfortunately, we had to cancel our last show, but we will be back next year for sure. And for those of you in the Philadelphia area, come on out to the Chamonix Mills Mall. November 10th, we're going to be partnering with Cosplay Philadelphia. We're having a private screening of Black Panther.
Yeah, that's it. This is a big fucking deal. I mean, we're literally taking over an entire theater. And so far, we have over 200 people. To keep this going, they say we need about 300. So we're looking for all the support that we can muster to keep this thing alive and keep it going, because I don't know, Black Panther is kind of, it's our thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I get that it's a Marvel movie and all that good stuff, but it belongs to us. So
I'm looking for the link for the tickets. There we go.
So if you get an opportunity, we're going to drop the link. Lamont says, y'all have to talk about Creed 3 trailer before the tournament. Oof.
I gotta watch it.
All right. We'll see if we can't.
We'll squeeze it in
accommodate
tomorrow.
that. Yeah. We might have, because we haven't done hot topics all this month and a lot of shit has happened.
Yeah,
But
thanks.
we'll see what we can do about that to support. But make sure you come, especially if you're in the Philadelphia area, tri-state area, Philly, tri-state PA, New Jersey, Delaware, hell, New York. We got people flying in from Atlanta. Dress code is whatever the fuck you want. But if you really want to show out, come in all white. We got photographers, cosplayers, all kinds of crazy shit. Media is going to be out there. We really want to keep this thing alive and showing that not only do Black dollars support Black projects, but we want to see more projects like this. And that's essentially how we get more content like this from the big media hubs. And then you can support smaller media hubs like this one right here on the Head Nerds in Charge Network. Targussy Tuesdays ain't going away no time soon.
Targussy Tuesday.
So y'all make sure y'all tune in, support. Definitely hit that link down below. Me and Teffy Wonder will be back again next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And the good thing is we're going to come back with the vengeance, because I have every confidence that this season finale is going to be a jaw dropper.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So see y'all next Tuesday. And by all means, Allison, you dumb bitch.